Altcoins are going 100x from here. I still, from the bottom of my heart, believe that. And even though I know many of you will be skeptical about the fact that you'll really be able to make these crazy gains, maybe even in the matter of a few months, just let me tell you, whatever expectations you've got for this cycle, most likely you gotta up them a little bit, because every single time things just go way better than the expectations if you are truly locked in and you are able to go with the trend. Put it into perspective. Many of the coins you see at the top of the top, they'll be doing crazy numbers, but we have to broaden our horizon. For example, Michael Saylor just said he expects a $280 trillion Bitcoin market cap by 2045. Let's take a little bit of a look at this, ladies and gentlemen. And why this is so relevant, I'll tell you in a second, but all you gotta know for right now is he's not delusional. You might be just thinking way too small, because what we've got here, we're so freaking lucky. Let's take a look and I'll explain why.
First one, right now Bitcoin is $2 trillion. You're saying in 21 years, $280 trillion. How do we get there?
What I'm saying is the wealth in the entire world is growing because of innovation, because of technology, but also because of inflation. And people are thinking to sell their Central African real estate to buy Bitcoin, or sell their Siberian natural gas to buy Bitcoin, or sell their Argentine currency to buy Bitcoin. So as people migrate their capital into this global monetary asset, that asset class is going to grow faster
than the rest
than
of
equity, faster than gold, faster than real estate.
But also, did I read somewhere that you're saying each Bitcoin would be worth the equivalent of $13 million?
Yeah, well, when you crank in the growth rate, which for me, the base case is 29% a year on average for 21 years, that gets you from where we are today to 13 million a coin in the year 2045.
All right, so we've talked about the financial parts of this. You and I have had great conversations in the past about the humanitarian part of this, right? And I want to talk about that. You just mentioned Africa, for instance. Bitcoin's philosophy and political promise. This is an article from 2022. It's not.
The reason I am showing you this is because many people look at the very short term, and from that, they forget about how crazy things are going to go over the longer term. He's talking about 27% a year. Do you really think that's unachievable? Do you really think that's high? That's a freaking base case. And sometimes I think we're way too caught up on just, are we going to go to, for example, with XRP, are we going to go to $2 or $2.21? We're down 7 cents. Shut up. Who cares about all these small moves? If you're a day trader, you're trading every single second. I understand it. But even I trade most of my days. And you know what I just do? If things go lower, I buy more because I believe in it so much. Call me ridiculous, but I believe in it so much. There's, for me, a 0% chance from my own head that this is going to fail. I can buy dips religiously. I never miss. I just keep buying because I know at some point it will probably be worth 10, 20, 5, 50, 100, 150 times more worth than it is right now. And sometimes for some coins, it happens in a snap. For some coins, it takes some time. Obviously, the higher up in the rankings you are, the more time it will take. But I even still believe that Bitcoin will see such massive growth from here. I think it's going to overtake gold, which is a 10x, and then probably 10x from whatever gold is right now because it just makes sense, which is 100x for Bitcoin. And Bitcoin can do that. Oh boy, can our XRP, can our other coins right here in this list do even crazier numbers. I mean, sometimes I make that in the shortest amount of time. A coin I bought recently at $14 million, and I talked about it. Later on, I put up a tweet at 40 million market cap. I said, guys, this is still very much undervalued. Is Ski Mask Dog. Another friend of mine, Brian Young, another crypto YouTuber, he was telling me, man, this is a $1 billion idea. It just looks so good. Distribution amazing, 𝗕𝗓𝗓𝗕𝗓𝗓𝗓. And man, I was kind of skeptical, but I bought in because, well, it just made sense. And that was one of the best coins of the month. It just went from 14 million to 230 million in a month. And again, luckily, we called it out when I bought it. And later on, I doubled down at 40 million and I tripled down at 80 million, saying that it was still undervalued. So I hope some of the people got in. This was mostly something on TikTok. In my last video on YouTube here, I put it in my top altcoins and then over on Twitter as well. Another altcoin that I'm buying because, man, this is family, man. So the guy behind this coin, or at least that's in the logo, you can't see it perfectly. I consider him family in the crypto space. The coin is called Diddy Bam Bam. Just a funny coin, a funny theme. Obviously inspired by Diddy, who is one of the most well-known crypto holders from the Netherlands. as back in time he sold his house and everything to buy more crypto, or buy Bitcoin specifically. Very well known. If you're from the Netherlands, you probably know. Anyway, so it's a coin basically inspired by him, and I was just thinking, man, a couple of those coins actually can find themselves on a pretty crazy journey if I start thinking about it. But more importantly, every single day I wake up, and this is actually how I knew it existed, I see it on this freaking trending coins tab every single day. Every single... So anyway, I got myself a good bag in that because I'm kind of thinking, man, from the one hand, I'm thinking it just makes sense for a couple of those type of coins to do well. It's just my honest truth. And obviously, I can't guarantee you anything, but I think the value right now is it's really not that high. I'm thinking they're probably going to try push this a significant amount higher. I mean, right now, 63 cents is the highest it's ever gone to. And obviously, it's just launched, so it's only up a few 100%. But man, I think with a lot of these coins, it's just worth it, in my opinion, right? To get into it, especially if it's based on a good idea. In this case here, a very famous crypto figure. I don't know, I feel like 5 million, 10 million, whatever it's at right now in terms of market cap, it's quite low, especially with the amount of volume that they've got. For such a small coin, relatively, they're doing really quite well in that department. I don't know, man, I see this one trading at above $80 million or so quite easily. Again, I cannot guarantee you anything. I'm just saying, for such a famous crypto name, I'm just sometimes buying these coins because I like to keep my portfolio a bit funny, and this is the one that is on the trending tab the whole time, so maybe you've already seen it, and I thought it was definitely worth some attention. And I mean, right now for memes anyway, it's a very, very peculiar day, because Doge, for example, is back on the up. Actually, over the hour, it seems a lot of coins are also picking back up the pace. Actually, literally this hour has been really, really good for many of these coins. But I just wanted to say that there's been a lot of negativity, but generally speaking here, these coins are not really falling, even though, you know, they're not seeing crazy pumps, for example, this week, for the most part, except for SHIB. They're not really falling, and it shows to me that right now the market is holding to some. You see, meme coins, for example, have mostly been going sideways. Luckily, some of my memes, like Brett, have been going up a ton, but really, they seem like they're set for yet another run here in the short term. I mean, honestly, BNB, I really luckily just bought it just now, but if Solana, right, just like BNB just did, goes for yet another run, there's a very good chance that these memes can finally pick up the pace, because obviously there's one negative thing, right, for Solana, which is the pump fund selling pressure. It's the meme launcher. But on the opposite side, if memes get their high back, which again, I think this pump fund selling might be a little bit of an issue. If Ethereum continues here, actually potentially shows some strength, maybe that's going to ignite a little run for the ETH meme coins. And maybe from there, we're going to see another, you know, move back where Solana goes crazy and the meme coin market cap, since it starts increasing because the ETH push, actually starts picking it up, and then Solana meme coins, which are slightly riskier for the most part, also start running again. And you know what that really makes me realize? When I'm thinking of Solana, I just keep realizing the amount of companies that realize the potential in Solana. Here's, for example, one company I've found that recently, for example, completely switched over whatever they were doing to focus on Solana. And it kind of gives me, like I showed you earlier, the video of Michael Saylor, it kind of gives me those vibes. It gives me the grayscale vibes, where at the end of the day, we were always saying, like, what's going to be the company to go crazy on just buying Solana freaking dips every time. I've just been reading through some of these PR announcements for a company called Sol Global Investments Corp, sol.cn, which perhaps is going very much under the radar, but I've been looking at the numbers. They're doing quite interesting, and I took a look. Strong endorsement of Sol Global's Solana strategy, from debt holders through debt for equity settlement at premium to market price. It literally seems they just want to buy freaking Solana and literally double, triple, quadruple down on that, just in my opinion, like how Michael Saylor is doing that for Bitcoin. And I mean, looking at the numbers, you might think these losses or these numbers are bad. I kind of just see it as them literally going through the depths of their possibilities to buy more Sol because they believe in it that much. And I think it's kind of noble that a company is taking it upon themselves to take this up for themselves. I think the potential is quite high because, well, who here thinks Solana has ended, you know, the run? No, I think the Solana run is barely just starting. And I mean, for Bitcoin, it also took some time for these things to take traction, or I should say get traction. But I kind of believe that these guys might be a bit ahead of their time. Quote, we're excited to make this strategic investment in Solana, a blockchain platform with the speed, yada, yada, yada. Our investment research found that the Solana network provides us with the greatest opportunity for growth. And I kind of see where they're coming from. So it might be going very much under the radar, but this might actually, over the next few months, have some really crazy growth if people really catch on. It's just something I've noticed. And it really makes me realize we're all talking about these, oh, camera stuck a bit. We're all talking about these cryptos too often as if the price of tomorrow, the price of yesterday, the price on the short term matters. But really, see how some of those funds, see how Michael Saylor sees it. When I look at XRP, for example, it's just to name one example, but there are many. I don't really look at it from a day-to-day basis. Right? Many people go to the comment section and say, Dusty, the price is down a few percent. And I always crackle up a little bit. I'm like, damn, you really care that much? People are way over emotional on these very short-term things. I care way too much about just getting myself more coins, and I feel genuine FOMO of the idea that I would sell coins now at these prices and then have to face myself in a few months as the market picks up. Because again, my honest thoughts are, like I've said many times, that this is just the start of the crazy run of 2024, 2025. I mean, there's going to be more runs over the next few years, but out of this run, the run is barely just starting. We're still going to see some crazy growth for just Bitcoin. Again, that is not even thinking about the long term. That's just the medium, maybe even short term, because it's like 1 year. And that from there, obviously, over the next few years or decades, things are going to grow massively. But whenever I think of that, it becomes not really an issue of, cashing out, because I know if I forget to cash out, I miss it. You know, I don't cash out at the top to buy back cheaper in the bear market. I might have to wait some years, sure. But realistically, with the investment strategy I've got, it's not really a big deal to miss it or to have to wait slightly longer. Because once more, as long as you hold something that you think is going to sustain value over a prolonged period of time, all you got to do is just keep buying the freaking dip as it gets back to the prices where it's at today, if not higher, which again, BNB has just proven to us, XRP has just basically proven to us, Bitcoin has proven to us, Ethereum is still yet to do, but will most likely very, very soon. Tron just proven to us. Most of these coins are finally back to all-time highs. We've been saying this for months, maybe even years at this point, that they will get back. People didn't believe, but it just happened. And then I will also say again, many people will not believe that we're going way higher than this, but that's why at the start I said, put your expectations way higher if you're skeptical, if you're thinking, no, maybe this was it, maybe this was it. Maybe. Truth to be told, maybe. But probability-wise, probably not. Probably not. Probably we're going way freaking higher from here, but there's a chance we won't. If there's a chance we'll literally wake up and we're at zero tomorrow, yep. I'm not your financial advisor. It's the truth. But the way I see it, no. This run is barely just starting, man. Our coins are nothing compared to where they're going to be. Man, the entire crypto market cap is worth $3 trillion. I think a smaller coin will be worth $3 trillion in years from now. So again, whenever I look at that from the broader scope, I keep thinking, oh man, we're worrying about such small things. Soon, like I said just now with some of my examples, soon you'll not be thinking about, oh, was it $228, $200 in Solana? Because we'll be in the thousands, right? With XRP as well. Was it $2.30? Was it $1.40? It doesn't matter because we're in the hundreds, maybe. With Bitcoin, oh, was it 98,000? Was it 91? It doesn't matter because we're in the millions. And so forth and so on. I think so for many of these coins. And I just wanted to quickly make that clear that my long-term goals are still set. My long-term vision is clearer than ever. And oh boy, am I excited for what's about to come. I hope you guys are ready for it though. Because time waits for no man, and neither do these coins, man. You blink, you miss it. I mean, just now, you were gone for a month thinking, oh, you know what? I'll take a month off of crypto. You come back, all these coins are at a 6x. Right? And then in the broader crypto market as well, you think, oh, you know what? It's going to dip. And then now Bitcoin's back at 99,000. You thought it was going to go to 70, but it's back at 99. Maybe we break 100. Maybe we go to 120 tomorrow. I'm not going to be the one to tell you. I don't know. I'm just saying with crypto, it's all such an endless sea of possibilities. You really can't sleep, which I think is the funny part. Unless you, like I just said, just have a very long-term vision. At that point, everything becomes quite easy though. But yeah, for that reason, I just buy the freaking dip for any coin I'm bullish on. I don't really care about the short-term prices too much. I cover it sometimes on the trades, I know. But in reality, I really don't care that much because I'm not really planning to sell. Our trades, yeah, we care about selling for those. But even then, you almost never have to sell a trade at a loss if you have a long enough breath. Even in bear markets, you can make it work if you're smart with it. But in a bull market now especially, it's most likely going to continue on. If you just keep buying dips and you don't get liquidated, you'll be able to flip them into crazy amounts of profit. It's what we do on this channel. I'll show you a lot of that. If you want to also trade, I've got a link down below to Blowfin, by the way. But man, I'm so excited for the times ahead of us. And I think many are just way man, fun fact. I just said, let's just buy the freaking Doge dip at 40 cents. It doesn't matter what you think, you just buy religiously. People are like, no, Dusty, blah, blah, blah. We're back up at 43. It's almost 10% up. And again, I keep giving these examples of, well, if Doge goes to 34, I'll be buying like crazy. People say, yo, but are you sure it's going to go back up? No, I'm not. But probability is that it will most likely do that. It might go back to 30. If it goes to 30, I'll buy more. Why? It could go to 17, sure. But most likely it will bounce back up because we're in a bull market. Things go up in bull markets. Yes, they have some bad periods. Tron is down like 20%, 30% today. But most likely it'll bounce back. Just like you see over the hour, it's bouncing back up. If you just religiously buy your way down, you might be first at a minus 70%, but it will, in my opinion, right, bounce back up quite hard. You just need to have confidence that it will go up at some point from where you bought it at, which again is your average price, not the original price you bought it at. But if you lay your way down, it's hard to lose. If you really think, oh, but Dusty, I bought Tron at 39 cents just now, am I cooked? Well, how can you be cooked if you could just buy your way down so you're fine? Only if you just buy once and you're waiting, then things might get uncomfortable. But man, I'm so freaking excited. That's about it. Make sure you press the like button if you enjoyed it. I'll see you guys again in another crypto video. Put the notification bell on though so you're never missing out on another video of mine. And yeah, that's really it.